Hello and welcome to the tutorial series by QuickSite.com. In this tutorial we are going to go over how to add a footer or how to add a footer module and how to change that the text in that footer if you want to. As always, log in, and once you do, we'll have our back end here. And to add a footer, that is going to be done by the footer module. So under your extensions, go to Module Manager and simply go to New Module. And again, a module is a specialized box that is designed for a very specific function, and in this case I'm going to look for the box that will show footer information. And there's the footer. And I'm going to call this footer, but I don't want to show the title, but you can if you want, and I want it to show on all pages, except I want the position to be in the footer position. Again, depending on the template, it may not be named footer. It may be named user 11 or advert 1 or debug. It just depends on the template maker. But for this template, I happen to know that footer means to place it down at the bottom. But before we do that, before we hit save, let's look at what we have now. If I go to the bottom of the site, it just kind of cuts off. There's really no copyright information which I might want to have. So I'm going to hit save, and as you can see, it creates a new module that I named footer, and it is enabled, and it's in the footer position, and it shows on all pages. So let's go back and refresh the page and see what that looks like. And lo and behold, now at the bottom in the footer area, I've got some copyright information. And your site name here, is going to correspond to the site name that you have in your global configuration. Right there. Now let's say you want to change the text down here, or change this around. The file to do that is located in your cPanel, and assuming that you have your cPanel logged into, I prefer the legacy file manager mode, but of course you can choose the file manager that gets you to the same spot, and that will open up a pop-up window. And the folder you'll want to go into is the language folder, and you will go into the folder en-gb, and then you'll want to scroll down to the footer ini file. Click on the file name, and then go and click Edit File. Scroll down and click Edit. And when you do, this pops up. Now it's an ini file, meaning that the information on a line is very, very important. So if I were to do this, it would error out. So let's just see what that would look like. I'm going to save changes. I'm going to refresh the page. And as you can see, it removed part of the footer because that part of the footer is on a different line. So everything has to be on the same line that's in front of this declaration here. So if I want to add text, I'll just type add text, and this is the line 2. So line 1 is the copyright, and I would leave all this alone because this allows it to auto update the date and place your site name in, which we just went over. And then the footer line 2 is the link back to QuickSite.com. But I placed the words add text. We're going to save the file and then go back to the front end just to demonstrate add text. And that's how you can change what your footer says and how it behaves. And as you can see, you can actually have HTML within your footer. If I said header earlier, I'm sorry, I meant footer. And that is how you do it. Let's go ahead and save the changes back. Refresh the page, and things are back to normal. And that is how you add and manipulate your footer. And that concludes this tutorial.